My name is Bruce Osborne. My title is Senior Copywriter, and I've been in advertising since 1980, 36 years. As a senior copywriter, my job is pretty much to write words and to come up with concepts, they call them, or ideas that sell different products. I work on a different project. I might work on 3 projects in a day. I might work on 1 for a day. I work with art directors. We come up with ideas together. We call that collaboration on these concepts. And they become ads. Day to day, I need to choose which words to use, which are the most powerful words that will sell products. I also need to make decisions about how many words to use because there are time restrictions on everything we do, which I sort of like. I like working within tightly defined parameters. I like being told what the subject matter is and how long I have to tell a story, and then I try to tell that story within that time frame. Okay, where do copywriters come in the idea process? Right away. You see, no one else is important except the writers. There is no idea unless there's a writer involved, in my humble opinion. Typically, though, before a writer even gets involved in a job, you've got strategists writing creative briefs, and you've got account people working with clients to define the ad. And then once all that preliminary work is done, that's when the writer and the art director come in together and start collaborating on the concept of the ad. Common misconceptions about my job is that everybody in my job is young and good looking and hip. And as you can see, I am none of the above. Other misconceptions might be that we take 3 martini lunches, that we're still in the days of Mad Men, and we're definitely not. There are a lot of women who do my job, for instance. Misconceptions might be that creative people always have a lot of ego. I think we tend to subvert our egos here for the good of the client and for the good of everybody getting along and working together and producing products rapidly and within budget. The most fulfilling part of my job is when I see the finished product, meaning the ad, in a store, because all of our ads run in Walmart stores, and it actually catches my ear or my eye. And at this point, I've probably forgotten I even worked on the project. So when I hear or see the ad and it catches my attention, I go, wow, maybe it actually has caught someone else's attention as well. And so I've done a good job. So that's fulfilling. One night I took my wife to a Walmart. This was date night, and we just sat on a bench in the pharmacy department and watched my ads. So that was a fulfilling part too, date night. What drove me or what attracted me to advertising? And I can tell you exactly what it was. I got out of college with an English degree, and I had no idea what I wanted to do. I thought I was going to be a reporter. That didn't work out. I was too thin-skinned. So I was looking for something else I could do with my ability to basically write. So I did a lot of self-examination, and I thought, what do I really like to do? And I thought back to 3rd grade when my teacher gave us an assignment to write a story with vocabulary words. And everybody else in the class sort of just used the words were like log and frog and jog, and everybody just wrote a sentence with each word and didn't really write a story. But I wrote a story about Freddie the Frog, and I found that I loved writing that story, and it was quite a tale, as I recall. It was dramatic, and it probably made you laugh and cry. But it told me that what I really like to do is be creative within boundaries. So I like to use my ability to be deft with the language, but I don't like an empty page. I'm totally intimidated by the idea of writing a novel, for instance, just sitting down and writing anything. But if you tell me to write a 15-second story about an HP laptop computer, that's what I love to do, okay? Now I've got boundaries. Now I feel safe. Now I can play within that little space and not be worried about the big, broad, open canvas, okay? So that's what attracted me to advertising. Creativity within boundaries. I love advertising because, well, I always say that advertising is a tough way to make a living, but it beats working. Because I don't think of advertising as really a job per se. It's not necessarily a 9-to-5, white-collar, button-down, everybody churning out mindlessly. Instead, it seems like sort of a controlled chaos collaboration among like-minded people who are usually, maybe I'm being prejudiced against other businesses, but I've found that advertising people are usually bright and have a positive outlook and want to express themselves creatively, so they're sort of like-minded folks. So maybe that's what I've enjoyed about advertising. There are not many jobs for copywriters that I consider to be plum jobs with plum companies. I think I'm blessed to have this one, and I want to keep it. But if you're young and you can write, you can do anything, all right? If you can communicate clearly, you're a step ahead of most people. If you can communicate clearly and cleverly, then maybe you want to consider a career in advertising.